Okay, Lab 1 also covers the language of anatomy, and we have two pictures here of a figure frontal and back. The front is anterior, the back is posterior. We're going to give you the anatomical terms for the different parts of the body. Starting with the head, the forehead is called the frontal. Then the eye is the orbital. Then you move to the nose, which is nasal. And the mouth is the oral region. Your ears are otic or otic. Okay. And then we'll move down to your chin, which is mental. The cervical area is the neck, and then we move into the thoracic area. Your thoracic and lumbar will also include the abdominal zone. And in the thoracic, we're going to break down the orange area into mammary, it's sternal for your sternum in the middle, and then under your armpits, it is the axial. The abdominal, the main portion is the umbilical, and then we have the pelvic, and we have the inguinal region here in the groin area. Okay. We also will move into your arm, and with the arm, the shoulder is called the acromial. You can see it on both the front and the back. Then we have the brachial, the antibrachial. Where the elbow is in the front, it is called the olecranon region, and where it is in the back is also referred to the olecranon region. That will not be the case with the knee joint. Moving down to your wrist, it is called the carpal, and then the palm of the hand is the palmar with the digits, and the large thumb is the pollex. With the legs, as we move down, we have femoral. And then in the front, the knee is called the patella, but in the back, it will be referred to as the popliteal. And then we have the front of the lower leg, which is crural, and the back is sural. And the ankles are tarsals, referring to the tarsal bones, and your heel is calcaneus. The bottom of your foot is called the plantar, and then when you get out to your digits, we have the digit, and then we have the hallux for the big toe. So those are the anatomical terms. The next thing we're going to look at is directional terms, because we refer to everything in directions. This is in front of or in back of. The terms for in front of and in back of are anterior is the front, posterior is the back. Also exchangeable, the belly side is ventral, and the back side is dorsal. When we look at superior, which means above, and inferior, which is below, we can refer to your head as superior to your shoulder, which is inferior. Also can refer to the head as cephalic and the bottom end as caudal, but you'll see that more in animals like dogs rather than referred to in humans. The other terms we will have is relative to the midline of the body. If it's close to the midline, it is medial. If it is farther away, it is lateral. And then this next reference is in reference only to your limbs, your appendages. Proximal is where it is closer to the point where it joins the axial skeleton, and distal is farther away. So your shoulder will be proximal, your hand will be distal. Now these are relative terms. So if I looked at the elbow and I said elbow relative to the shoulder, the elbow is distal. But relative to the fingers, it is proximal, it is closer. And we can use those same terms on the lower limbs as well. The last video we have to look at are the different types of planes of section of the human body. We can cut our bodies into different ways. We can cut it into right and left side with this plane of section. And when you cut it into the right and left, that is called the sagittal section. Now it can be anywhere. It can be right down the middle, called the mid-sagittal, or it could be over here, cutting you right to left, or here. So all of those would be considered sagittal. If we cut our body into superior and inferior sections, it is a transverse plane. And again, this could be anywhere along the body. And the third plane is when we cut it so that we have the ventral and dorsal sides separated. So you have your front intact and the back intact. And this is called a frontal or coronal plane.